Hello, good evening, everyone. Namaste, and welcome to the Oracle Apex India Community Office Hours 2021 series. A warm
It is
welcome to all
working,
of you
Suraj.
today. My name is Chaitanya, and I'm the product manager in the Oracle Apex product development team. And today we are having Forbes Marshall, our esteemed customer, who is going to walk us through the Apex journey, their Apex journey, basically. Let me just share my screen. So we as Oracle Apex developers are always curious to know like who the real customer of Apex is. What do they do? How do they do Apex development? And how Apex as a low-code solution has helped them out in solving their business problem. What exactly is their business problem? And how do they use Apex in their day-to-day development in real world? What are the use cases? And how Apex has really helped them out in meeting their business objectives. So we do have a lot of these questions. And so today we've got Forbes Marshall, who has kindly accepted to share their Apex journey with all of us, demonstrate use cases and the compelling applications that they have built using Apex. A very big thank you to our customer, Forbes Marshall, and to the Apex development team headed by Geeta Nair. And thanks to you, Geeta, and your team, Sajani, Vamsi, and Sandeep. Before we go ahead and share, Geeta starts sharing the Apex journey. I would like to have a couple of updates. I'm sure most of you are already aware of this, but for those who are not aware of this, we have come up with Apex Application Development Service, Apex Service, a couple of weeks ago, which is a easy to use, fully managed enterprise class service on Oracle Cloud. So what do you get with Apex Service? Along with Apex, you get an Oracle Autonomous Database on Exadata Cloud Infrastructure. So you're going to be having a best low-code development environment on best cloud database and on best database infrastructure. So to know more about Apex Service and sign up for a free Apex service, go to oracle.com/free and sign up for Apex Application Development Service. The other update that I would like to give you today is about on-prem Apex installation in Oracle Database 21c and beyond. So the installation of Apex software will no longer be distributed along with the Oracle database release, beginning with Oracle Database 21c. So where do you get the installation software? Where do you get the Apex software from? You got to download the software from apex.oracle.com/download. And this has zero impact on the license, on the minimum database version or support for Apex with on-prem Oracle database. For more information about this, I would recommend you to go through a blog post authored by Joel, which was published last night. So on the screen, you see the QR. So just use that and go to the blog post and read through the questions that you might have commonly encountered. And regarding Apex India Community Office Hours, we started last year and we have done a good number of sessions. We generally alternate with Inog for the Apex sessions. Like most of the times, it's like once in 2 months, we have an Apex Office Hours session for India community. So if you have any potential topics, and if you think that the Apex community in India would benefit out of, like can be application development, feature demos, or Apex on cloud or whatever, or learnings, tips and best practices from your Apex development, use cases, and customer success stories, whatever you feel free would like to share with the Apex India community. Basically, our motto is learn, connect, and collaborate. So to meet that, if you have any potential topics, feel free to reach out to me. And this is my Twitter handle, so you can message me or you can follow me and you can let me know what topics you have, and we can take it forward. That's it from me for now, and I'll pass it on to Geeta for her decision. Over to you, Geeta.
Yes. Yeah. A very good evening to all of you. Chaitanya team, all of you, mm, all the users, all the developers, all of them. Thank you very much for giving us an opportunity to showcase Apex capability in making applications. So let me present my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me quickly introduce me and my team. We are working with Force Marshal, and I just wanted to go through the entire application development experience. Just wanted to share with all of you. Now, I am Geeta Nair. I'm working in Force Marshal more than 20 years, senior manager IT. Various application development involved in various application developments, ERP implementation, upgradations, including moving ERP to Oracle Cloud. Recently, we have moved as an infrastructure Oracle Cloud migration with Apex was very smooth. I will talk about a little bit about that. Now Sajani Pillai, she is team lead, 10 plus years of experience in developing applications across business units in different platforms, Oracle Forms, Reports, and Apex largely now. She is the one who has started exploring development in Apex 2008. I'm sure many people might not have started their journey. They might have started much later, but we are one of the first customer who has explored Apex and started developing many of our complex applications in Apex, Oracle Apex. Now, third person, Vamsi Kindali, he is also having 10 plus years of experience in application development, different platforms, including Boltzon in EBS and Apex, developed complex processes using Oracle Apex. Sandeep Parlikar, again, 10 plus years of experience in developing various applications using Oracle Apex. He is one of the main contributor for developing our own homegrown CRM. Now, this is the introduction about my team members. Let me little bit talk about Force Marshal just to understand the complexity of products. Force Marshal is a steam engineering and control instrumentation into steam engineering and control and instrumentation business more than 7 decades. FM has manufacturing plants in 3 geographical regions, Pune, Hyderabad, and 1 in UK. A new manufacturing plant is coming up in Singapore as well. Also, we have 4 JVs, many depots in domestically and internationally, sales and service offices. All are set up in India and other countries as well. Yeah. Yes. Force Marshal is a leader in process efficiency and energy conservation for process industry. Our long and deep customer relationship have enabled develop products and services that help save energy, improve process quality and throughput, and run a clean, safe factory. So it's not only product, it's a service is also part of that. Especially for the steam engineering business, our engineers goes to different industries and they run through the entire factory and comes up with a solution with the right product and services. So the IT solutioning is very important for such products. So I'll be just moving through some of the products. Steam engineering product, just wanted to show the complexity of each of those engineering products. This is a boiler, high capacity boilers are manufactured by Force Marshal. Steam distribution products are there, steam utilization, condensate recovery, energy conservation. These are some of the products I'm just showing you only to understand the complexity. Also, we have control instrumentation products, that is process analytics, flow and level switches, flow meter and level switches, environmental control equipments, valves, control valves and different types of valves, controls and systems, and then condition monitoring system. So there are a few industries where Force Marshal cater to are edible oil, textile, dairy, oil and gas. Wherever steam is required, Force Marshal products are required, whether it is a hospitality industries like hotels and paper and pulp, petrochemical, chemical fertilizers, sugar, steel, many of these industries Force Marshal cater to. That is where the IT system also is very complex. So they need different processes for different functions, different type of monitoring purposes. Yeah, as far as ERP, EBS is concerned, or transactional system is concerned, we have EBS, Oracle EBS. We are a Oracle EBS user for 2 decades. Started with 11.03. Currently, we are in 12.13 version. We have around 5 LEs and operating units, 10 plus operating units, 25 plus inventory organizations. And many of the supply chain modules are available, including ACP and all the finance modules and many of them. Our Apex journey started in 2008, developed and implemented hundreds of applications in Oracle Apex. So here I'm talking about we Force Marshal use Apex as a business enabler. How as a business enabler? As you can understand the complexity of products and industries FM cater to, business need IT solutions for different processes. Many of such application developments, we choose Oracle Apex due to its simplicity and scalability. Sorry. Yeah. Comes to process automation. There are a lot of process automations are done through using Apex. We utilize Oracle Apex capability to automate many processes. Compliance monitoring system, various applications are developed for monitoring complaints. Transaction level issues in EBS, mainly on GST issues, wherever there is a control not there because user is creating mistakes, or because of which the reports or the GST are, now e-invoicing and everything online, e-way bill and all of them. So the correctness of data is very important. So wherever we find there is a lacuna, we develop application in sorry, Apex, and which helps us to even integrate into EBS. So the next one is the integration with other system. We have integration with EBS, SCADA, and other applications platform. This platform gives a good advantage of Oracle Apex for making any of these integrations. Besides the advantages I have already explained, FM use it as an analytical tool as well. Though we have reporting tools like OBI and Tableau, this is one of the reason end users are very happy. Interactive report helps the end user to create their own personalized reports using conditional filters, computation, sorting, hiding unwanted columns, etc. Today's session, we will be talking about 3 use cases, which I felt is complex ones, and many of the features are being used in these 3 applications. The first one is the smart manufacturing system. This is an end-to-end application developed in Oracle Apex. It was an initiative of it is an initiative of Industry 4.0. You all know Industry 4.0. Applied principles of lean manufacturing, like reducing waste, that is material and time, end-to-end process with traceability along with barcode that comes in traceability, captures data directly from SCADA system, tightly integrated with EBS, document tracking, status, etc. So my colleague Sajini will be talking about the entire system with a demo. The second one is the FM item codification system. Here again, how we could achieve business objective to standardize item codification using best practices. Vamsi will be talking to you about the entire process, how we could achieve our business objective. He has used certain features like highlighting plugins, which helps end user to execute and download the report in spreadsheet with colored columns. Naturally, when the end user sees certain reports in with a colored manner and using a conditional filtering, that really helps the user even for the grouping. So grouping of data, he will be explaining how he has achieved that. The third one, field management system. today we will be showing a small part of our homegrown CRM. Apex is used like a mobile application, especially when the field engineers are traveling. Um, yeah, field engineers are traveling. So, Sajini, over to you. Sajini, you can continue with the next presentation. Yeah, 1 minute. I'll just. Yes, Sajini.
Very good evening, everyone. I'm Sajni Pillai, and I'm here to present one of the application, that is smart manufacturing system that we have developed in Apex. So what is this? This is meant for traceability in shop floor manufacturing. And as Geeta has already mentioned, that we have used this is a Industry 4.0 initiative, and this has a lot of lean manufacturing concepts. Lean manufacturing, it's a methodology that is used to minimize waste as well as maximize our productivity in manufacturing. So let's go to the next slide, Geeta. Yeah. What was the business problem? So as I said, this system was developed for traceability at shop floor. So the most important thing, the business problem was the difficulty in shop floor traceability. We did not had because we had to trace the raw materials that is coming in, the serial numbers of it, the heat numbers, this FG products, the serial numbers of those, the activity it is going through, how much time it is taking at a workstation. All these was a difficult part to trace without the system. There is less supply chain visibility. What all raw materials are coming in to what is in it is being processed and going out. So in short, incoming material to a outgoing FG, entire process was not visible. So we did not know if there is a rejection or a repair happening, or some rejection comes after from the complaint after from the customer. So how to track that? Then is a stock discrepancy. Obviously, because there were traditional methods which we used to follow of doing manufacturing. So obviously the data entry or things like that would happen at the end. So the system, and there were scenarios where there was a difference between the system and the actual product, the physical product. Because of the data, because we had less amount of data, so there were obviously data analysis was a problem that we couldn't do much of data analysis there. And conventional data entry, yes, because the main motive here was we shouldn't continue with the traditional entering or the human error, because this could have certain impact because of human errors, that is because it is fed in by the human. So how can we avoid that? So that was the main agenda. Next, Geeta. So why we chose Apex is because, first of all, we wanted a web page development tool for this. And what can be better than Apex, because it's a good tool which has we have to do a very less coding for this, and it's very simple development, in the sense it's easy to use and to learn as well. It's very powerful because in our company itself, we have made a lot of applications in Apex, which can be a very simple Excel upload to very critical applications. You can see going forward. Then there are we have done a lot of easy ERP integrations are very easy in this. Mobile friendly web application developed can be used in any devices. Once developed in a mobile friendly application, we can use it in any device. We have used it in HST mobiles as well as the web in laptops also. So it because it is designed that way, it can be used anywhere. Good user interface and good experience of users, and it's portable in the same software. The smart management system was developed during while we are porting over to Oracle Cloud. We were developing it in on-premises software, and then finally when we made it live, it was on Oracle Cloud. But I couldn't find any problem doing so. I was not required to do any change in my application for this movement from premises to Oracle Cloud. Next slide, Geeta. Okay, so this is the process flow. Now, this smart manufacturing system has two process flows. One is for machining and another is for assembly. Assembly, it starts with a frozen zone, which is more of a planner thing, where the planner decides which jobs to be considered for manufacturing, and he gives a sequencing to the job, and he releases the job for the shop floor to manufacture it. So this is the cycle where he releases the job, then IV print is sent to RMS and WIP via email so that they can issue the material for manufacturing. After that, we do a laser marking of the serial number. The serial number is generated at the job release. So this QR code is laser marked on that product itself. Scanning that, we are doing all our activities like assembly, testing, rejections, final packaging. All this is done through barcode scanning. So once we do the assembly, we do the testing, SCADA integration is done there, and finally the final packaging. Here we have handled a lot of integrations in this. First is the assembly pokayoke. Pokayoke is a word, it's a Japanese term which says error proofing. This what we have done here is our actual system, the manufacturing person when they are working, and the system, it goes hand in hand. So the best part here is we avoid stock discrepancy here. So as soon as they issue it, the system is also getting reflected. Once they have assembled it, tested it, okay, only then the final packaging or the label can be printed. So these all Pokayoke helps us to give better production, error-free FG products. Next is SCADA test results. SCADA is a tool or is a system, is a method where we get the test results of products. So what it can be air testing, it can be hydro, steam, any sort of testing. So we get this is a mechanism which monitors and controls field devices. So once we get the result from the machine itself, wherever there is no interference from the human saying that this FG is okay or not. So the machine talks to a machine saying that the results is okay or not. Based on this data, the entire cycle of rejection or final packaging should take place. For this, we have written some JavaScripts. For Oracle real time was, as I said, we are doing releasing of job. So what all activities at a shop floor could be done in Oracle, everything is captured in smart manufacturing system. We are doing the uh, job release, we are doing WIP issue and return, we are doing job completion. All this is taken considered, moving from first routing to the last. So all this is considered while Oracle real time in the Oracle real time. Next is scrap and rejection cycle, where we are handling wherever some FG product or some component is identified to be scrapped or rejected. These is integrated with that scrap and rejection cycle. Once on the physical availability or physical material, once it's received to RMS or maintenance team, they can reject it by clicking of a move this material to a scrap or a rejection sub-inventory. Yeah, these are some elements of FN Smart Frozen Zone. First thing, so Frozen Zone, as I said, this is more of our planners to work on, where we are fetching the data from ASAP, that is Advanced Supply Chain Management Planning module, where we get to know the cell. In this cell, this what all products can be manufactured is already identified. So these jobs, planner selects the job which is to be manufactured based on the component availability percentage. So we know if the all the components are available, that is 100% is on hand, so we can start manufacturing that job. So based on this, he can click on the select frozen zone, select, give the user enterability quantity, and save this in frozen zone. So frozen zone is a chart or is a uh, timetable sort of thing which is followed by shop floor people to know what sequence we should take the job and what is to be manufactured next. This is an interactive report what we have taken. Once this is added into frozen zone, this is where we add the job sequencing. So this is sort of a priority that we are giving to the job. So based on this, the same view, Kita, next. the same view can be seen by the shop floor operator as well, where he knows what sequence I have to manufacture. And here WIP issue, as I said, this is done whatever we have. So whatever has to be issued from WIP can be done at the click of a button. So this is integrated with ERP. And once if it is not issued, you cannot go ahead with assembly. Next, Geeta. Yes. So this is the smart manufacturing system where we are talking of the shop floor activities, like from assembly to the final packaging. So these are the various activities that take place in the shop floor it can be as simple as assembly, testing, final packaging if there are no rejections. And it can be as complicated as rejections happening to multiple times, even at assembly, even at testing, it can be failed. So these are the different activities. In this, we have different pages designed in our module. So based on, so it's a master driven thing. So assembly, it goes to that page because there are different inputs given to this. Like if it's an assembly, we are talking of a single serial number, while if it is an IBR or a linking serial number, it's a job number that is as an input. So based on this activity, that input to that system also changes, also the page numbers. So that is handled here. Next. Yes, this is the assembly page. This is one of the page I have just added, where we are saying we need traceability, right? So when this is the FG code which is to be manufactured, these are the components where we say these are which are critical items, where we need to know, very importantly, what is the item serial number which was used while manufacturing or assembling this particular FG. So this has been entered by the user. For if they enter the heat number, the item serial number, and they say assembly complete. So this is the interactive grid what we have. So heat number will be an LOV where the user can simply select the list of value from the list of values and save it. So you can see there is a very less amount of people entering something into the system. Yes. Next, Geeta. Yeah, this is this is a sort of a log that gets generated for this particular serial number. While it was getting manufactured, there was an assembly rejection. Then it was identified that we had to do certain rework in this. We did the rework, then assembly was completed, then it was gone, it went for testing. Then a third-party inspection was done on this. A final packaging TPI was done, which was again rejected. Then an IBR inspection was done, final packaging and label printing. So this is the cycle, one cycle of one serial number. Okay. Kanban is one of a lean tool which is designed to reduce idle time in the production cycle. So it is very important to get the material or get the resource when it is exactly needed. So this is we use a 2-bin Kanban system where we have a barcode on this bin, and once it is empty, the barcode is scanned, and is scanned, this report, e-Kanban Pixlip report, is via email is sent to RMS, where they can while scanning the same barcode, they can issue the material to WIP again, and once the WIP receives the material, they acknowledge it using the acknowledgement replenishment page, where they count the material and say as received quantity and save it, where at the back end we do a sub-inventory transfer from RMS to WIP so that the material can be used at WIP now. Now this is an application built as a mobile friendly application. Now I have taken the screenshots from a laptop. That's why, while if we open this application in a mobile, it will resize itself. So this currently we are using this application in our HHTs as handle devices in our organization. Yes, Geeta. Okay. Third party inspection are these are independent companies which are normally nominated by our customers. Why to do that? If we have to ensure that all the products are up to our quality standards. So this is very important stage. So where the inspectors from this company actually visit our shop floor, they see the assembly cycle where we have to ensure that it is up to the quality standards. So this is an example of a final packaging. We do the third party inspections at various stages, like at assembly, testing, final packaging. So this is an example of final packaging where we are more interested at the dimensional and aesthetic part of it, where he may reject it, that aesthetic is not up to the mark, so we can say it's not okay, and again a rework of this happens. In this, we identify the third party agency that is coming in, and all the other details I added here. We have a lot of certificates that comes out of the system using all this information. There are 7 reports that comes in based on the different tests done, because if it's a testing TPI, so we need to have this testing parameters also added in the certificates. So all this is taken care in third party inspections. Yes, Andon is a lean manufacturing. In lean manufacturing is a system designed to alert our operators or the managers, to tell them, to say that there is some problem in the cycle, in the manufacturing process cycle. So let us assume there is a problem at material availability. So it's master driven. So as soon as it's a material availability problem, this concerned member is notified via email that production is stopped because of this problem. So as soon as he receives the mail, he comes back, he puts the remark as why, what was the issue, and he sorts it. More of an incident tracking thing, which by end of the month or week, we need to know that what all we have, what caused the production to stop. So this is a very important root analysis tool that we are using. Quality plan, yes, this is again important. We all know why quality plan is important, because again quality plan is entered at multiple stage of our process, our assembly process. This is one example of a final packaging time, where the user has to ensure that these checks are done. So if we have to see if it is rust free, if it is if we have put the user manual in the box, if the aesthetics are okay or not. So all these things are checked, and if it is not, they can go and select the value as no. And again, they have to ensure that the quality parameter is entered and perfectly entered, and it's taken care that we have done all these checks, and only then the final packaging or the label printing comes out. So this is an important thing. Yes. Yeah. At the end of the cycle, we finally do the final packaging, that is packing the box, putting the material into the box, packing it, and printing the label. That is a label printing, where we are pasting it on the box. While in this, we print two type of barcode. One is the 1D barcode, which is the item serial number and the item code, while a 2D matrix, data matrix code, where we are storing the data, all the serial numbers, the item code, the IBR number, all this information is stored in this 2D, and we have a lot of transactions happening using scanning of this particular barcode. We can achieve this using this, I have written the code here, barcode, where this is for this 1D thing, while if you have to print the 2D one, we can do it like code equal to data matrix. We can print this data. So here the V barcode item code is the content of what you want to print the label for. So this is label printing.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sajini. I will explain with such a complex application where she was talking about IBR. IBR is nothing but Indian Boiler Regulatory Board, where wherever there is a steam generation products are manufactured, so the certification is important. So the quality and everything, every sequence is so important and complex. So that this ultimately achieving on-time delivery, is a customer satisfaction. The final aim is, the objective is that timely delivery to the customer with a good quality material. Yeah, moving on to the next one. Yeah, moving on to, sorry, Sajini, one more.
Yes.
Maybe the business benefit you can just talk about,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
then we
Yes.
can finish.
The business benefits, of course, we with this application we have a web-based solution which is very easily portable to any device. Supply chain visibility, we know how we have achieved this visibility, because we are tracing the serial number of raw materials and everything. User access control, based on the planners have their own view, operators of the shop floor has their own view. Integration with SCADA system and laser marking system, we already saw. Online ERP transactions we have already done, because this helps to, because we are able to avoid stock discrepancy because of this, because it's very online. Now all this data we have, that's why in-depth root cause analysis is possible. Transaction is of course done by barcode scanning. Third party and IBR inspections are taken care in this. And finally, the logs of manufacturing activity, the operator, who has done it, when it was done, everything is logged in this. So we have the entire traceability of the shop floor now. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sajini. Thank you so much. Over to Vamsi. Vamsi will be taking us through FM item codifier system. Vamsi, over.
Thank you, Geeta ma'am. Very good evening, everyone. I'm Vamsi Kintali. Today I'm going to present FM codifier system. I'll be talking on why we developed this application and how this application helps for commercial business. As Geeta is already mentioned, item creation is the starting point for entire supply chain. Item codification and standardization is an essential part of any organization. Now we'll look at some business challenges we faced before developing item codifier system in Oracle Apex. Lack of standardization and unification of item codes and description across inventory org. A wide range of products with multiple inventory org and no standardization of item code and description was a problem. Duplication of item codes and description in EBS. Same product code with different item codes and descriptions were created in different divisions through inventory item master in EBS. Currently, there are 25 plus product divisions exist in Forbes Marshall. Eliminate the item code duplication and standardization was our agenda. Lack of accountability across functions. Attributes related to different functions like planning, purchase, pricing, etc. are part of one screen in EBS item master was creating a problem. All attributes can be entered by one person, which may lead to a wrong data entry. No flexibility to control attributes for different functions as per business process. As a business process, updation and control of attributes like list price, lead times, and HSN, etc. are essential to be updated by the respected stakeholders to avoid errors in supply chain. Unavailability of latest revision controlled drawings in item master. Business always needs retrieval of latest revision of drawing, which was not available. Next slide, ma'am. Yeah. Now, okay. We have developed an end-to-end application in Oracle Apex to overcome all the above challenges. And over the period of time, we added several new features which enables business. The application is having effective authentication controls and seamlessly integrated with e-business item master. We'll look at some benefits. Can you go back to, okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. User-friendly web-based application with control user access. Click on the screen, man. Yeah. Here I'm just showing an overview of snapshot of the application for you to understand. The application is having 4 home screens. Yeah, each screen is having a lot many tabs and sub tabs in it. The first screen is a master screen. It is like a setup in EBS, addition of any new division, product attribute, master data controls are taken care here. There are a lot of defaulting options based on the products divisions are set up on this screen. Access is given to super user only. And then the next screen is transaction screen. This is the screen where user do all the transactions like drawing entry, and revisions, standard and non-standard item creation. There are multiple reports and dashboards available here, and bulk data updates can be done here in this screen. And then the next screen is workflow screen. Here we can see many tabs, functions, function-wise item attribute entry and approval will take place here. Item can be transferred to EBS item master once all approvals are done. Item can be tracked in item list with status tab, and other items can be corrected by corresponding functions. History can be viewed here. And then the last screen is change org function. User org level and product level access controls manage it from here. Go back to the screen now. Hello. Can you, am I audible?
Yes, Vamsi.
Yes, Vamsi, you are audible.
But I can't see that Geeta's screen.
Yeah.
Can you all see the screen?
No. Just.
Yeah. Okay, meanwhile, I will continue. This application is having more than 150 pages with tab level and field level access controls. Yeah, we just lost you, Geeta. Can we go? Can we? Yeah, this is good.
Hello.
You're audible.
Hello.
Yeah, Geeta ma'am, you're audible.
Hi, Geeta, you are audible. You just need to share the screen.
I think we lost her again.
Okay, you might want to just continue. See if you have slides, maybe.
Yeah, Sajini, do you have the PPT? Can you please share?
Yeah, I'll share 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
I see Geeta is back.
Okay, we got it.
Okay.
Can you see, Vamsi?
Yes, I can see. Yeah, go back to the screen, ma'am. Go back to the screen. Go back
Sajini
to the
can
screen.
present.
Sajini, can you please present?
Yes. It's taking some time. 2 minutes. Able to see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Yes. Please tell
Yeah,
me.
stop there, stop there, stop there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now we'll look at some business benefits we developed this application in Oracle Apex. Can you go to the previous screen, Sajani? Yeah. Uh, okay. Yeah. Click on the back, Sajani. Okay. Yeah. The schematic codification logic for item creation for various item templates, intelligence in item code. We set the nomenclature for item templates like FG, FGS, purchase, OSP, dropship, service, Kanban items, etc. We created masters on the product template and product type and nature of it. Item code will be created based on these masters, are so systematic and self-explanatory. On the screen, the first snapshot you can see that is the nomenclature logic we applied for the item code. There are three segments. First segment is of 2 digits, identifies item type and item type of the product, then a separator. And the second segment is of 3 digits, identifies subtype of the product and then the separator. And the last segment is running serial number of first and second segments, item type and subtype. And then the second screenshot is a item creation screen. Attribute for item code creation is master driven. Based on the type and subtype, specific attributes will get displayed dynamically for value selection. Number of fields shown on the right side of the screen will vary based on item type and subtype selection. The flexibility in the Apex is so vast that we can incorporate any business requirement. Go back to the screen, Sajani. Yeah. Got rid of duplicate item code creation. Yes, application validation helps in identifying duplication of items while creating and alarms the user. Ensures correctness of functions wise attributes before moving to EBS. Each user has controlled access to their own functions for updation or view. ICS ensures that all the attributes required are captured correctly before moving to inventory item master. For example, purchase list price entered by purchase team will be checked and approved by pricing team, which ensures the order execution with correct price. Oracle Apex is tightly integrated with EBS Item Master, improved supply chain cycle. Entire codification system made a great impact in entire supply chain process. And then facility to attach revision-wise drawing in Item Master with restricted access control. Sajni, if you can click on that link, thank you. All the drawings are stored in the ICS master and linking with product code, which get attached to inventory item master. Review control and approval is maintained. A revised drawing will automatically reattach it to the items. User does not have to attach the revised attachment to each item. An automated trigger process will attach the revised drawing to all corresponding items once the HOD is approved. Only view access is given to respective stakeholders. Here you can see the first screen is the interactive report of a list of drawings available for the specific division. User can click on the create button to create a new drawing or click on the edit button to update the existing one. User will put all the parameters required and then upload the drawing attachment. Upload document can be viewed at any time. Can you go back to the, yeah. Automation of FG code creation along with routing and BOM in buying org based on intercompany item. This is the screen where user will select few parameters and then submit. And the complete process of FG code creation and routing and bill of materials are created. This was a time-consuming activity to users, but now it happens on a single click. We identify such activities and automated in item codify system. Yeah, can you go to the next, Previous screen, Sajani. Thanks. Next screen. Okay. Automation of ALP updation to avoid ISO generation issues while intercompany assignment. ALP updation before assigning item in a buying org is ensured in item codified system. Template driven purchase price updation and approvals. Yeah, we have masters in place. Template wise price automations done, which will reduce the user spending time in data entry. Go back to the benefit screen, Sajni. Okay, stay there. And then verify correctness in HSN sales category, inventory category, quality attributes by respective stakeholders to avoid transactional and reporting issues. Flexibility of non-standard item creation. This application is not only for standard item code creation, it also allows the non-standard item code creation. Availability of dashboards and reports for analysis. There are more than 30 reports are available in this application for analysis purpose and tracking purpose. Excel upload facility for BOM creation, multiple attribute updates are given here, like ATP purchase price, item description, and lead time, quality attributes, and all. Availability of history. Can you click on the link, Sajani? Now, application captures each and every attribute update history. Here it captures codifier system history as well as item master history, who updated, when updated, with the timestamps. Go back to the screen. Okay, now we'll look at some developer perspectives. Apex is easy to learn, onboarding is easy with PLSQL knowledge. Yes, for a new person who is having a PLSQL knowledge, learning and developing Apex application are so easy. The flexibility of adding multiple process and validations and automations are possible. Avoid duplication of programming. Yeah, objects created in shared components are used in all over the application. Example, single list of value created in shared component can be used anywhere in the application. Easy layout designing, modification, time saving, and porting over to production. Yes. Easy and seamless integration with other systems. Yes. Authentication and access controls are very effective. Further, we can even restrict users to access login multiple sessions to reduce the database load. And then the conditional highlighting. Here we recently have done some conditional highlighting report. I will just show you. Highlighting of columns with conditional color coding in complex reporting. This is some simple activity, but color coding is simple, but the hiding of the control panel is maybe unknown to many people. So it is a tricky. This can be achieved by adding a small code in the region attribute inline section. The code is shown there. We can even download the report in Excel with color coding. This is possible by XML reports adding in the Apex. That is why I said this Apex is integrated with many other systems. Sajani, can you please go back? The availability of plugins help handling various business requirements. Column grouping is a good feature we used in our recent report, which is required for analysis. You can see on the screen the report columns are grouped and merged. We achieved it by using plugin. Go to the next screen, Sajani. Yeah, here I just show given the solution here what we did. For that, we need to first install the plugin. The plugin is IR column grouping, and then create a dynamic action which calls plugin on page refresh. Create a column groups in interactive report attributes, and then select created column group in column properties under layout group property. Static ID of column must be defined for the columns for which we required grouping. After doing these steps, resubmit the report to get the report which columns with column groupings. Likewise, we can achieve many business requirements by using plugins. That's all from my side. Thank you all.
Yeah,
Geeta,
thank
over
you
to
very
you.
much. Yeah, thank you very much, Vamsi, explaining the complexity of item codifier system. We will move on to the next one, that is the field management system. Sandeep will be explaining the process. Sandeep, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everyone. This is a field management system. About the field management system, initially, actually engineers had to use the Excel to maintain the schedules and visit reports. After that, we have developed application for field sales team, okay, which has the dashboards, offer creations, notes and summary reports, etc. But it was not compatible on mobile view. Then we got the requirements from sales team as they want application access on mobile, because each time not possible them to use laptop to access the application, as they could traveling most of the times. Then initially we had developed the complete app from third-party vendor on Android, but due to support issues and other reasons, we were not taken up to completion. So we have decided to build this application in-house on Apex. That time we had used Apex 5.1, and that version has the mobile theme facility. And using this theme, we have successfully launched this mobile-friendly sales application. Yeah, and this is the dashboard. Using this dashboard, engineer has quick access for navigation menus. Each like the today's call, it is a link. This using the today's call, display today's call schedules as right now showing as 3, right? Which means today's 3 call schedules for today. Means, and in the scheduling, it is a call scheduling. Engineer can prepare the schedules using this tab, where we see the detail in the next slide. On the calendar click, Sajni, stay on. Yes, on the calendar menu, on the calendar, engineer can see the date-wise, month-wise, and week-wise schedules calls, and they can update the details after clicking on particular call. Then the customer, it is for temporary customer addition screen. At the time of scheduling, if engineers are not found a specific customer from ERP, then they can add easily customer and prepare the call schedule for a new customer. Then the pending calls, displaying the pending count on non-submitted visit report. So after login, engineer know the pending visit reports for submission. It is easy to understand for them actually. Then reporting, using this tab, engineer can prepare the call reporting. Then to-do list, using the to-do list, engineer can add the activities in that, where we'll see in the next slide. Then help, during the customer visits, anytime engineer can raise the request as a help required. This also we'll see in the next slide. On the dashboard, we have used buttons with redirection to specific functionality page. Images are displayed on button from static workspace file for showing the values on buttons. For example, like today's and pending calls, we have stored the values in application items, and that items used in the button label. So easily we can display the values on button label. Next screen, next slide. Yes, yeah. Following are the business requirements, customer call schedule and reporting of engineers. Engineers to schedule calls and report after the completion was a manual process earlier. Then the visibility or reminders for customer visits. Earlier, engineers are prepare the call schedules offline and they manually submit the schedules. That time there was no visibility till they did not send the visit report to the regional managers. And the recording details of visit reports, preparation. After the call gets completed, there was no facility to send the reports. It's a manual process using Excel. They had an additional task of a report preparation and send it to the regional managers or zonal managers. It's time consuming for them actually. Then the visibility across the organization. Engineers are preparing the schedules offline. So it was very difficult to visibility across organization or within the team. Next slide. Yeah. Using this application, we get the benefits like web-based application, quick access from anywhere like a mobile app. Now, engineers can schedule calls, reports after the call completion using this application directly. Then the integrated with Google Calendars to get the reminders. At the time of preparation call schedule, same time calendar notification goes on the mail to engineers. And if they accept it, get the added to his calendar as a reminder. Every morning, they can see the scheduled calls for the day in application as well as Google Calendar also. And the easy to prepare call schedules and reports, as UI has been designed user friendly, so it's easy to use now. Then the visibility of customer visits and reports across the organization. Team lead, regional managers, zonal managers now can see the visit reports prepared by engineers. It's a specific engineers is on leave, then the scheduled data is available in the repository. That helps to attend customer calls by other engineer or his manager also. Then the quick navigation dashboard, easy and simplified dashboard we have designed in this application. Then the improved field engineers productivity. This needs helps engineer to schedule visit and preparing reports and sending to all stakeholders. Then the help logger. During the visits, if engineer face any query, then they can easily request to regional manager or zonal manager for the help required, like a chat window. And a regional or zonal manager can also respond to that queries using this application. And the next screen, Sajni. Yeah, this is a call scheduling screen. In the first screen, we can see the list of scheduled calls. Engineers will see the details of call schedules, which has already prepared. When user click on add button, user can create a new schedules also. Using pencil option, user can directly prepare the visit reports using the same report. Then the right side screen, it is a creation screen. On the call scheduling creation screen, using user put the required details like date, customer, call type, division, products, and remarks. Also, engineer can prepare the multiple calls schedule for same customer with different divisions and product using the same screen. Means there is no required to go back, navigate, and come again. Engineer can prepare the call scheduling on the same screen for the same customer. In the bottom of the screen on our page, you can see the menus like the navigations. We have created buttons with icons, button template, using button template property on the global page, and using template option, set the icons to button. These buttons are visible on each page, and user or engineer can easily navigate to other screen also. Next screen, Sajini. Yeah, this is a to-do list. To-do list is helps engineer to add or create the activities for addition. Adding the activities, they need to put the date, activity required for, and remarks, etc. information on the screen. They can use as a personal online to-do list like a diary also. On the right side screen, all created to-do list is visible to the engineers. Next screen, Sajni, please. Yeah, this is a help logger. Engineer can ask for help from the team lead or regional manager regarding customer related or technical queries. For any queries, they can ask for the help from team lead, regional managers, and the helps details can be entered in blob field with the status. The helps details are available to the respective team leaders and regional managers logins to address or reply on that queries. Yeah, it's all about the field sales management system.
Yeah, thanks,
Over
Sandeep.
to ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Sandeep. I think we have explained at least with 3 use cases where we are using different features and how we are making it as a good business enabler and how it's helping us. Though we have ERP, but that is for the transactional, but wherever there is a gap, we are building it using Apex application. So anybody who is not using in this group, the Apex not used by any of you, please start using it. Any help, whatever we are doing it, if you all need any help, we are there. We can help. The team can help. Question answer. Sajini, go to the question. Yeah. Q&A.
Yeah, I don't see any questions though. There's only one question, Geeta. How many Apex developers do you have? That's a simple question to answer.
Yeah, we have 10 to 15 developers.
10 to 15 developers. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't see any other questions. Others, Sajini and Vamshi, Sandeep, do you have anything to share, or that's all about it? Okay.
Was it helpful? Hope
It was very helpful, Geeta. Thank you so much once again for accepting this. I know it's busy time for you guys. Thank you so much for joining in and coming up with such a nice session, demonstrating all the 3 major apps that you guys have, and also discussing the business challenges that you had and how Apex helped you guys out. And that was very interesting to know. It's the first time that someone, you know, would be knowing about how Apex is being used in a manufacturing concern. And, you know, I'm really impressed the way how you've been using all these years. And thank you so much once again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Forbes Marshall. And looking forward to having you guys again in our show. Just one quick update. So if you, to all the people who joined today for future updates like about Apex India Community Office Hours, you might want to subscribe here, bit.ly.com/Oracle Apex-India. And this is my Twitter handle. So please follow and to know what's happening in the Apex world and what's coming up in India especially. And thank you so much once again. And wish you everyone a lovely evening, a great evening. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thanks all of you.
Thank you. Yeah.